Hello, friends. Welcome to the September energy update. I hope you're well. I'm currently under the weather. I am getting better, but no promises in terms of my voice. So, please just bear with me. And I hope August was good to you. It kind of kicked my butt with the boundary theme, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely was not expecting that, but I probably should have been. Yeah. Even last night, which was the last night of August, I had a dream that I failed to enact a boundary to advocate for myself and suffered the consequences, which were unpleasant. And yeah, it just felt it's just a really strong theme for me. But yeah, if you're listening to this and you struggle with boundaries, you're not alone. Although, to be fair, I did end up getting better at establishing the boundaries that I needed to. Let's just say that I learned through contrast. And I mean, that's how it is, right? And I was able to feel into that resilience to experience that resilience of like being knocked over and adapting and getting back up. And yeah, I mean, I was kind of forced into, just circumstantially, into definitely more of that fierce badger like energy than I anticipated. That was what the situations I was in called for. It was really quite explicit boundary stuff going on. Anyway, so September. Happy September. Happy new moon. Happy equinox. I feel like this month is a big turning point in the year. It's gonna be a big month of change and transition. So yeah. The theme for September is rebirth. Rebirth. And the visual I was given is a dragon hatching out of an egg and like flying away immediately. And there's a strong silver energy like trailing behind the dragon. So, Year of the Dragon. I'm getting a just really strong like feminine power energy. And I don't mean like women, I mean like yin energy, primal yin energy coming out of your shell, maybe cracking open new forms. So yeah, there's a lot there. A rebirth. So the card of the month is death. How fitting is that? Death and rebirth. It's change. We're changing. The seasons are changing. When this card appears, the change is already here. It's happening, and there's nothing that we need to do to make it happen or make it not happen. It's just here, and we're held in it. And that can be, a comforting thought and a comforting way to look at it. Although sometimes that's easier said than done, right? But I feel really good when I look at this card, and I feel hope. And yeah, it feels like this change is change that is very needed. It's a good thing. So this reading feels definitely to be a continuation of the last reading and even the reading before, the last 2 months. We have this really strong death, rebirth energy. We have the Chariot, the Hermit reversed, and the Queen of Wands. So we're stepping away from the things that aren't in alignment with our authenticity, with our magic. We're stepping out of the shadows into a period of greater, more authentic self-expression. You know, with the Chariot, some of us may still be moving away from things that we know can't come with us. And some of us may still be moving through the themes that the Chariot brought up for us in July. But there's another more specific message here. So for clarification, I pulled the Page of Cups, which I was entirely surprised to see. So this is about walking away from the things inside of us that limit the expression of our spirituality, our authentic spirituality, whatever that means to us. So this card is about our watery, psychic, very human connection to ourselves at a very deep level, with our inner child, with the other side, with God, our guides and ancestors, with the consciousness of plants. It's about being fully connected to that part of us that knows that there is no quote-unquote other side. It's all here, and we're connected to it intimately. And not only are we connected to it, we're an integral part of it. So this month and going forward, we have the opportunity to get clearer about what things, what structures, influences, etc. might be blocking the fullest expression of our connection to life, our spirituality, however that looks for us. I think another more specific aspect of this is like what might be blocking your connection to spiritual support. So we have the card of Lake and Pond here, which says Spirit is about. This card is about the threshold between the quote-unquote spirit world and the human world, and about this blending of the two. So again, we have this theme of opening to spiritual reality, folding that into our experience of life and integrating that even more deeply. And with this card, we also have the added theme of support, opening to spiritual support and healing. Where we're going, we are quite literally not meant to go alone. And that is a theme in this reading, in general. But in this little corner of the reading, it's talking about spiritual support. We're not meant to do it alone. We're not meant to be able to do it alone. We can ask for help. We're meant to ask for help. And you know, it's vulnerable to ask for help. Really vulnerable. And this is that inner child root work of the Page of Cups. And there's an energy here of heart opening ourselves to the divine, to our own divine nature, our interconnectivity, and to our deservedness, allowing ourselves to receive. These are energies, but this is where the support is this month. So next to this card, we have the card Plant Yourself Here from the Rose Oracle deck. It says, invite your soul to come all the way in. So that's big. That's a big theme coming up for a lot of people, soul integration, but you can just let that land for you however it does, I'm gonna read part of the description for this card. So it says, fully embody your life. Drop the defensive walls. Let your soul land and occupy each and every cell. Anchor all parts of you into the here and now. Life is here even when death is here. Birth isn't possible without it. And you came here to birth this world anew. Fully commit to living this life. Fully commit to living this life. That's it, right? And, this is definitely about embracing multidimensionality, embracing the full spectrum of things, from what we might call a quote-unquote the more spiritual side of things to the more human. This is about embracing all of that and owning it and committing to ourselves, right? And part of that, I think, is regarding ourselves as sacred, as divine seeds that are meant to be part of this world. Meant to be part of this world. Needed. Wanted by life itself. I mean, it's kind of a scary thought, honestly. It can be. Anyway, so we have the Queen of Wands. And again, it's this idea of owning our sacred flame, our life force energy, our magic, our sexuality. These are all different expressions of the same thing, that unique spark that is us. And, I firmly believe that on some level, all of creation collaborates to bring us into being. That we're here because our unique vibration was called for on some level by life itself. So honoring that, honoring the interconnectivity of everything, is part of that is how can we bring more of our unique, authentic expression into the world? How can we honor the sacred flame of our being and allow it to shine brighter? Or just allow it to do its thing. Allow it to be, Not try to make it into what we think it should be. So we have the Ghost Mushroom card. Also, I think referred to as a ghost fungus, as a mushroom. But the card is subtitled Shine. And it's, in case you can't see, it's this glowing mushroom body in the dark. It looks kind of like an oyster mushroom. We also have the Hermit card reversed. So with these energies here, I'm seeing a parallel even with the Bear card, all having elements of like coming out of hiding or hibernation, emerging from a state of hermitage, of solitude, a period of being underground or dormant in some way. I'm also thinking of like the cicada archetype. Cicadas live underground for a really long time. It's like 13, I think, to 17 years before emerging. And this is also that rebirth theme, right? Like rebirth within the context of life. So this card is about opening up to greater visibility, allowing ourselves to express ourselves more, and to become more available to connecting with others, which of course demands a certain amount of visibility. So both this card and the Hermit card have this strain of coming out of, in some way, right? Coming out of some form of isolation or becoming more social or socially available in some way. And, I just want to say, like, this card is light in the dark energy. We're not glistening in the sun. I mean, some of us maybe, and that's beautiful, but in case you're not, in case that's not how it feels for you, that's what's here. That's the archetype that we have, and I think that's really special, and I think the other aspect of this, especially with the Hermit, is, starting to shine even if we don't know where we're going. We can trust that we can follow the lantern of our being, even if it's only illuminating the next step ahead. It's okay to start shining and moving anyway. And with the Bear card, I'm going to read a quote from the booklet, but it says, "Your intuition will never fail you if you will listen to it in the still darkness of the night." So definitely a strong theme here of like kind of North Star energy, navigating in the darkness, starting to move in the darkness, trusting oneself, and shining, like allowing yourself to be. And the other side of this dark energy, quote unquote, is the kind of more ferocious side of that spiritual energy. So in that, this is in the Bear, right? Like we have this primal energy. The card says primal power, sovereignty, intuition married with instinct. So again, this is underscoring and carrying forward a lot of the themes from the last reading with that badger, that fierce warrior-like energy. And, I'm thinking of like a mama bear protecting her cubs. Like that's really scary, but also powerful and important. And, maybe an archetype that might be worth considering this month and moving forward. And again, there's this theme of intuition married with instinct, right? This theme that we had last month is definitely still continuing, and I think, intuition is going to be really important. I mean, it is really important. It's so important, and really making sure to honor those nudges, honor your instinct, because it really is vital and it's here to protect you and the people around you. So we have the cards of truth and power. In the back of the truth card says, tell the truth. Integrity is key to living an authentic life. And the back of the power card says, own your power. Every storm brings a fresh, new beginning. So, sometimes the truth feels like a storm. Sometimes it is a storm. And I think this month we're being invited to embrace a little bit of that. But the truth doesn't have to feel stormy. Integrity does not have to feel stormy. It can simply be us living in more of our truth, expressing more of who we really are, how we actually feel, what we really want, moving toward those things, and also opening more to the truths inside of ourselves that we're ready to embrace, and exploring the landscape of integrity within ourselves and really getting in touch with that and checking in and asking ourselves, like, does this feel good? Does this make me feel better about myself? More me? The truth, our truths are going to play an important role. And, what I would say about that is, like, your truth is your truth for a reason. And you can trust that, And that is all for the reading. Thank you so much for being here. I'm wishing you a very powerful, very support-filled September. I hope that you're able to feel support, to feel supported, even if it's just the warmth of the sun on your skin or through your window. And I hope that you're able to feel into and receive some of this heart-opening energy that's coming in whatever ways that resonates for you. All right. Well, shine on. No, but for real, shine on. Okay. Bye.